Rise up, brothers and sisters, boys and girls, kings and queens, friends, frenemies, and your agent. This is Brother Marley. This is the Gambi One channel. I wanted to speak to you a little bit about this controversy that's been going on around the whole Cleopatra debacle. So Netflix puts out a show around the life and times of Cleopatra, and Cleopatra is played by a black American actress. Not she's not like dark skin like me, you know. She's kind of like a lighter complexion black American actress. So I'm thinking, it's pretty ancient Egyptian, pre-Kemetan. But who am I to know? These Egyptians are saying that these Americans are Afrocentricizing or something, or Afrocentrism, something like that around Egyptian history, and they're being blackwashed out of their own history and all this other garbage. Sorry, let me not put my judgment on there. Let's look at the evidence together, and then we can decide as to whether this is something that's a nefarious agenda to Afrocentrize the history of Arab Egyptians. Let's have a look. All right, stick with me. So this is an old clip of The Daily Show with Jon Stewart. And the man with him, his name is Bassem Youssef. Bassem Youssef is Egyptian. Because he's friends with Jon Stewart, he's obviously very liberal, extremely, left wing, as it were. And Bassem Youssef came onto a show recently with Piers Morgan to debunk the idea that black people, that Cleopatra could ever be black. Now, what he said was that, this TV show that was on Netflix was actually a documentary, and so it's very important for the cast to reflect the characters they're playing. Now, the other talking head, the person on the right there, what he said was, well, everybody else there playing ancient Egyptians or people from Kemet were actually played by European people. So why are you not complaining about them? Why are you only complaining about this black woman if it's nothing to do with her color? That question never got answered. It was a good question, but that question never got answered by this man. But what he does do is go into these long rants about how his people are being written out of history because of black people. I don't want to see anyone written out of history. Do you? No. So let's look at history and see what history says itself. Let's go and look at some history, shall we? Let's do that. Let's go there now. Now, before we go to Egypt, have a look at this image. Now, this sculpture on the left-hand side is called Cheddar Man. Cheddar Man is the oldest. No, let me see. So there are some remains that were found in a peat bog, I believe, somewhere in England, and they did some reconstruction of that person that they found. It was the oldest remains found in the UK of a modern human. Clearly, that modern human went to Zach's weave shop in Brixton, because I've seen that hairstyle before on some girl called Tracy, I'm sure. But I digress. Now, according to DNA evidence, what they've said is that this man on the right-hand side is a direct descendant of Cheddar Man, or Tracy on the left-hand side. So we can see there that it's definitely possible that you can have a dark-skinned ancestor, like Cleopatra, for example, and you can end up in a very European country. Or in the case of Egypt, like a lot of olive-skinned people. That's not outside the bounds of reality. This here is a picture or papyrus taken from ancient Egypt. And you can see that the person who is on the chariot, as well as the two at the front holding the food there, wow, they're like geese or something, I don't know. they're all dark skinned. They're the same color as the first horse. The horse behind is a white horse as well. So it's not that they're coloring them and it's by accident that they've just colored some. These people were very aware of skin color, unlike what Bassam Youssef was saying. Take a look at this next picture. So now you can see the character on the far left is from Nubia, I'm guessing, because of his pitch black skin, same color as the cow in the middle. Check his hair as well. He's got locks, he's got dreadlocks as well. This isn't a white person, this isn't an Arab person, this isn't olive skinned person, this isn't ambiguous. This is a black African person, and he's black and African on purpose. You can see the one below, it looks like a Louis Vuitton cow, and the one on the top is a little tan colored cow. Whatever. The man himself, no one can have any kind of misunderstanding that this person with dreadlocks and black skin isn't an African, isn't a Nubian. Now, the next picture I'm going to show you, I must warn you, it's a little bit freaky, the next picture. But what we're going to look at is some different colored Egyptians. Let's put it that way. Let's have a look at that one. Are your children moved away? Have you moved your children away? Is it safe? Okay, here we go. All right, so here we go. So look, this is a bit of a Kama Sutra kind of deal. Clearly, the emphasis isn't on the different positions, but just how much things you got is more the important part. I mean, this brother is, say brother, he's very, very white. But this man is very well endowed. I'm shocked that this is what they have. And that woman is very ambitious. Now you see at the top there, you've got them in the back of the car, in the back of the chariot. That's important. Bear that one in mind because we'll be coming back to that one. So I'm looking at this, I'm saying these people are very pale, very pink. I mean, the man looks like he's been in Gambia on holiday for a bit too long and has caught the sun a bit too hard, and he's actually a little bit burnt. But then I found this, check this out. This is the original of that papyrus. This is called the Turin Erotic Papyrus. And just here, can you see the wheels of the chariot? Yeah, what you saw before, that was a depiction. That was a fake of this original. And look up here, you can just make out the face of the woman that was in that chariot. She's a lot darker. She's a lot darker than what we saw before. Look. And look. Now, Bassam Youssef, you were saying that this was blackwashing going on. I think your history has been vandalized, bro. I think there's been whitewashing of your history going on. Clearly, because what you're doing is looking at that papyrus from before and thinking, no, look at us, that's us. With the oversized phallus and the over-eager females. Yo, this is the original. This ancient sister you can find in the Museum of Egypt. See her dreadlocks? Do you see their dreadlocks? This is another Egyptian mummy. You see her dreadlocks? You see her dreadlocks. This isn't any kind of speculation. Ancient Africans held court back then in ancient Kemet. They ran things. But if you was to even suggest that a black person could have been there in ancient Kemet, despite all of this is the response you get. Now, if you've got the children in the room again, get rid of them. Get rid of them now, quick, before it starts. Before they go on, this is a news program. This is a news program. This is the news that is going out to Egyptians. Now, our friend Bassam Youssef, he's left-wing. He's a lot more like, he knows how to like smooth it out. But what you're going to hear is them give it to you straight, no chaser.
مفيش تعليق غير دي. مفيش تعليق أكتر من الجزمة لهذا الخطاب. مفيش تعليق غير كده.
طب أستاذ إيهاب تعليق؟
لا طبعا أنا كنت أعرف إن محمد مرسي كذاب وملاوع لحد من يعني ايه لحظات قليله. انما كذاب وملاوع ومجنون بجنون الكرسي والسلطه هذا الرجل الذي يخرج على شعبه لكي يهدد ويلوح بالعنف. يقف علينا رئيس الجمهوريه الان، رئيس الجمهوريه السابق المجنون بالسلطه المجنون بالكرسي، هذا الرجل الملاوع الكذاب الخادع، وتلك الجماعه التي لا تعرف تلك الجماعه.
طب خلاص اشرب ميه اشرب ميه.
اهدى يا استاذ ايهاب،
اهدى يا استاذ ايهاب، مش كويس كده. اهدى معلش طب اهدى.
هو مش عارف ان هيروح لربنا، مش هيلاقي محمد بديع جنبه ولا خيرت الشاطر، هيتدفن في متر في متر. نجيب له ايه اكتر من 33 مليون في الشارع ما بيشوفوش امي، مش عارفين اللي حصل في البلد بسببهم. قعدوا يتكلموا عن مؤامرات، بيكلمني عن ايرادات في الخارج والداخل، هو اللي بعت لبريز وبعت لاوباما ويحتمي بيه امريكان. هذا الرجل ما فيش راجل قاعد في الدنيا رئيس جمهوريه يطلع شعبه يحس انصاره عليه الاب. هو عاوز يقتتل صباحا كل جنب حرام، كل جنب فحصل حصل حرام. وتعملها محمد مرسي عيط طالما هدفتي غير ما يمشي محمد مرسي. ما فيش وطن شريف غير ما يصل في الميادين. احنا لو اردنا نخرج الناس للمهدي ما كناش عايز نخرجهم زي ما محمد مرسي عمل. ايه العمل ده؟ ايه الجنان دي مؤسسة صاحبة 7000 طن حضارة، حرام عليهم. ايه الجنان اللي شفناه ده؟ ايه الهبل والجنان ده؟ انا بقول لكل المصريين لو فيكم راجل شريف بيحب هذا الوطن عليه اللي ينزل الشارع ما يرجعش غير لما محمد مرسي يمشي. كنا بنقول لحد امبارح او من ساعات عليه
انا خايفه
عليه انه هو
استاذ ايهاب ثواني بس عشان خاطري.
عليه انه
انا خايفه بس عليه.
يدعو الانتخابات. هذا الرجل انتهى وجماعته انتهت.
انا خايفه عليه.
ومصر مقبره الارهاب والتطرف انتهت خلاص. وجنوبة الاسلام
عشان انت عندك القلب يا ايهاب.
ما شفناش واحد.
Just 2 months after doing that video, the angry reporter, he died. Hopefully. So no one really knows for sure, what Cleopatra, So no one really knows what Cleopatra actually looked like, for real. Let me revise that. The people who would know what Cleopatra actually looks like hasn't released the images or the information as to what the ancient one actually looked like. So we are left out here using guesswork and suggestion. I know where my money is because I see what was going on in those images. I see about how people have been changing pictures to fit a narrative. So I have an idea. Anyway, this is your brother Marley. Let me know what you think. Do I have a point? Is that evidence, actually evidence, or am I just an old man just spouting into his phone? Let me know what you think. This is your brother Marley. Until next time, subscribe, please. You're still here, so just subscribe, will you? Let me get those numbers up. All right, till next time, peace.